Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a review on some bench dog clamps that I got from Temu. These were $22 for a 2-pack, which is significantly cheaper than other versions I was looking at. The 2-pack came in 2 separate boxes taped together like this as part of another packaging that was pretty terrible. If you go look at my review on my guide rail square, you will see. Now these ones were packaged very well in individual boxes with the foam. So I had no issues with these. These are the 20mm version. They are black anodized aluminum. They have like a spring steel flap here with a chrome plating, and as you operate the cam lever, this portion opens up and gets wider to put pressure down on your material. So let's go ahead and get a weight on these guys. This first one is 9.5 ounces. Second one is 9.5 ounces, so they're very consistent on weight. The bar that protrudes down into the bench, into the dog holes, is roughly 173 millimeters from the bottom of the screw here, which in standard I think it's 6 and 13/16. Just to get a reference point of how far they will go down. You'd probably want them in at the very least for the thickness of your MFT table, 3/4 of an inch or an inch for them to work. And let's get a few other measurements off them. The profile of the head, lengthwise, is just under 100 millimeters long. It's right at 30 millimeters wide, and the height of that portion from the screws, not including the cam lever, is about 26 millimeters. The pad that comes in contact with your material is just under 30 millimeters square in both directions. Now, the way these units work, you go ahead, you slide them down in the hole, you lift up the cam, and it now puts pressure on your work. If I move this all the way over at this end, it will move slightly. There's a couple different positions. This is the first position. If I go ahead and move it down one more click, it now gets tighter. I have a lot of leverage on this, but this unit is solid. If I was doing normal work on here and I'm not hitting the sides, it would be fine with one. If I go ahead and do 2 of them and lock it, this thing is rock solid. It's not moving even on that lighter pressure. You can try to push a little bit more. It gets very tight, and then it'll eventually loosen up. Now, one thing I noticed on these units is if we go ahead and measure the shaft diameter that goes into the bench dog holes, this one is 19.92, 19.93, 19.86, and this unit over here, 19.82, 20.01, 20, it's kind of right there, 19.93. So these units do not only have a slightly different diameter, but I can feel the crosshatch on this aluminum is rougher, and this one is very smooth. There is a slight difference when you're using them, but it's nothing that I would be concerned with. If I go ahead and take this rougher one that's a slightly larger diameter, you'll notice it does go in. This is a fairly new MFT, so it's pretty tight. And if I go ahead and pull this cam up without touching anything else, it locks in nice and secure. If I go ahead and take this same one that's got the smooth bore, push it down, I don't touch anything else other than the lever, it'll just pick up and you can pull it out. For me, it's not a big deal because I imagine as you get worn dog holes, it's going to be the same on both, or if yours are already worn, it might be the same. You just put a little pressure here, and I'm just barely holding it. I then go ahead and lift that lever up, and it's locked in well. Most of the time, if you're using 2 of these, I can't imagine where you really need it more than that first position. It locks in well. The slight difference on those two don't bother me, but I thought I would mention it because it is something that I noticed. Overall, the quality seems great. At $22 for a 2-pack, I don't think you can really beat that. The aluminum's nice, and they work great. So other than the slight difference between the two, and you can actually feel the difference on the rougher one, I don't really notice any other differences, and I would recommend them. I will have links down below for this. If you have any other questions on these, let me know, and I will answer your questions. Or if there's anything else you might want me to review, just shoot me a message. All right, thanks.